Hello, it's Rebecca here from Precious Pages Papercraft, and today I'm designing a layout for Hip Kit Club, and I'm working with the November 2021 kits, and it's Moodboard Sunday, so I'm going to be using the Moodboard for the month, which was designed by the lovely Anchor. And I was inspired by quite a few of the images actually. The Christmas trees in the centre, the candy canes in the top centre, and also the baubles on the top left. And also the colour scheme, I've pulled out a lot of the kind of blues and pinks from the mood board as well. So obviously being inspired by the image of the Christmas trees, I wanted to have a Christmas tree on my layout. And I had the idea from the image of the candy canes. I kind of thought they looked like straws, so I had the idea to make a Christmas tree out of paper straws for my layout. The first two times I tried to do this, it wasn't really working. I couldn't get the shape of the tree right. So in the end, I decided to use a template of a Christmas tree and cut out the shape as an aperture on my background. And then I'm going to kind of backfill that with paper straws instead. Hopefully that will make more sense for you in a minute. But that's how I decided to get around the fact I just couldn't get the shape right with the straws. So this kind of hides all the kind of ends of the straws, if you like, so you just get that Christmas tree shape, and I really love how it turns out in the end. And there's an image of some ice skates on the mood board as well, and I got thinking about the laces and reminded me of stitching, so I've added some stitching around the edge of my Christmas tree, and I've gone for a chain stitch, which is something I've never done before, I don't think. I actually went back through my Instagram having a look, and I can't find a layout where I've ever done chain stitching, so it might actually be the first time I've ever done it, and quite possibly the last. It's quite time consuming. It's a really pretty stitch, but it is quite time consuming. But I've done it with white embroidery thread, just around the edge of the tree, and then I've cut that centre tree out, gutting it, leaving me that shape. And because I'd already had a couple of failed attempts at this layout, I'd already made my paper straws off camera. So I thought I'd just make a couple more just to show you how I make them. So I cut my strip of pattern paper however wide I want it, or however long I want it, I should say. And then I make them somewhere between 1.5 inches and 2 inches wide. I apply some tape along the top long edge, take the backing off, and then I use a plastic straw as a kind of guide to just roll the paper around, and then as you roll it, it sticks over that double-sided tape, and so it kind of seals itself in a straw, and then I can just slide my plastic straw out of the centre. So as I said, I made most of these off camera in a video that was meant to be for another layout that went in the bin or never happened. So yeah, made most of them off camera. So now I'm just trimming them down. I've got a sheet of A4 white card here that I'm sticking them to, and I've drawn my Christmas tree shape on this as well, so I can see how long each straw needs to be. And I'm alternating the patterns. I think I've used 4 of the pattern papers from the collection to do this, sticking with the kind of blues and pinks from the mood board, and also bringing in a bit of red as well, because there's going to be some red in my photo. But there we go, there is my tree finished. You can see now, hopefully it makes a bit more sense what I was saying about the straws sitting behind my tree. And I've stuck those down using a hot glue gun just to make sure they stay in place. Now I'm going to get to working on my photo. It's of my little boy. We do a little kind of at-home Christmas photo shoot every year. It's just one of the little things that I do with him, just at home, no professional photographer or anything. It's just something we like to do in the lead up to Christmas. It can be a really busy time. You've got so much to do and so much to think about, that it's really nice to just take a little bit of time out for ourselves and just do something nice, and obviously it gives us great memories, and it gives me loads of photos to scrap with, so it's kind of a win-win situation. But I've printed that slightly smaller than 3x4, and I've layered some of the smaller pocket life cards behind it, just in coordinating colours with those pattern papers, just to give it a bit more interest and some separation there. And then I'm going to get this Christmas tree stuck down before I do much else. I've added some of the silver chipboard stars from the Pocket Life kit. So I've done one big one at the top of my tree, because we always have a star at the top of our tree at home. And I've added a few of the smaller ones at the edges of the branches to act as kind of ornaments. And I'm actually going to decorate my Christmas tree on my layout, as I have decorated my tree at home. So it's nice and fun, and I really enjoyed doing this. So yeah, definitely recommend decorating a paper Christmas tree. It's so much fun. But I'm just at the moment trying to make sure that A4 card at the back is just in place and secure, because once I've started decorating the tree, I don't want that to move and kind of reveal bits where there aren't straws stuck. So just use loads of sticky tape on the back there to get that stuck in place. And I'm going to get my photo stuck down now with some double-sided tape. I normally stick foam behind my photos, but because those straws are providing a lot of dimension already, it's already quite a chunky page, I didn't want to bring in too much more. So I've just layered that down with the Pocket Life cards and then stuck it flat. And now I'm going through the die cut pack that comes in the November main kit. I'm pulling out bits that I can decorate my tree with that work with my colour scheme as well. So all the kits this month are exclusively designed by Kim and Kimberly, so everything matches beautifully. But there are hints of yellow and green in the collection, which I didn't really want to feature too heavily on this page because they don't appear in my patterned paper straws. So I'm just taking some time to pick out the pink, blue and red elements mainly. So from that main die cut pack, I've put out my title, Wish Season, some presents and also some baubles that are going to hang from my tree. I've also used some of the chipboard stars from the Pocket Life kit. I've got 3 of those on my tree, again in coordinating colours. I'm now going to bring in one of the chipboard flares from the Pocket Life kit. It's blue with a little stack of Christmas presents, so that along with the presents next to my title I thought worked well at the bottom of the page, kind of presents sitting under the tree. I'm just kind of going to tuck those in at the bottom there. I'm also going to pull in one of the stickers from the Pocket Life kit. It's the long string of Christmas fairy lights, and I'm going to literally decorate my tree with some fairy lights. But I just need to get everything else stuck in place first, because I want to kind of tear that sticker up into sections and have the lights cascading down the tree like they do on a real tree. So I wanted to make sure everything was in place and I could then kind of weave those lights in amongst everything else. So it's all coming together now, just getting the last few bits stuck in place. I'm using some foam pads behind my presents and title purely because the Pocket Life cards behind my photo have just raised that up a little bit. So I wanted those presents and the title to sit at the same level. And I've also bought in a green chipboard present from the Pocket Life kit. Now, I know I said I was trying to avoid using green, but there are little hints of green in my photo, and I've used a green Pocket Life card behind my photo as one of the layers, so I wanted to have a tiny bit of green, and obviously the fairy lights have got some green in as well. So I didn't mind a little bit, I just didn't want a massive amount of green. And now I want to put something on the right of my photo. I felt like it needed balancing because I've got those presents to the left of my title. I just felt like the right hand side needed something. And I tried a few die cuts. I tried Santa, he was a bit big. And in the end I settled for some of the floral die cuts from the embellishment kit. I hadn't used any on this layout and I absolutely love them. So really wanted to get some of those on. So I've used 2 of the bigger clusters. I'm just going to layer those up with some foam pads behind them just to make them a bit more realistic and give a little bit of dimension. And I actually don't think I'm far off being done here. I'm adding a couple of puffy stickers over to the right as well. I love these. These are from the embellishment kit. They're mini puffy stickers. So I've got one of a Christmas tree and one that says, I think it says Believe in the Magic of Christmas. So I've got those over on the right, and now I'm finishing off my tree with some of the silver glitter enamel dots from the main kit. Probably one of my favourite products from this kit. It's absolutely stunning. They're so pretty and sparkly. So I've added loads of the little small ones to my Christmas tree, kind of like baubles or ornaments if you like, and one to the centre of that poinsettia over on the right. And that is my Christmas tree finished. I absolutely love how this looks. I love the minimal look on the page, and yet I've still managed to use 4 different pattern papers and loads of the die cuts and stickers and things without really overcrowding the page. So I really love how this one turned out, and it was so much fun to make as well, decorating my own tree. So really enjoyed that. I will pop some links in the description box below for you, obviously to our Hip Kit group on Facebook. If you're not already a member, do head over and join for loads of inspiration. I'll also leave some links to the kits I've used today as well. But thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you want to join in playing along with our mood board, you'll find it over on the Facebook group. It's a lovely mood board by Anchor with loads of stuff to be inspired by, so do head over and check that out. But for now, I'll leave you with some more close-ups, and I'll be back next time.